Andersen.
Alright, well, if that ain't a sight for sore eyes, I don't know what is, but needless to say, missed all the cars while we were gone. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Channel Andersen, and welcome back home. We were on our Bay Area trip. It was a very spontaneous trip, and we literally just pulled up. Some of you guys were curious, what were we driving on the way down there? And again, I'll cover why, but here's what we had. This big old 2024, I don't know, Toyota Sienna. This thing was an absolute beast on the way there. Super spacious inside, and got 33 miles to the gallon. It was 580 bucks for the week, and I think I only spent like less than 200 bucks on gas. I think we only went through 3 tanks. It's not even through the 3rd tank right now. It's only like a quarter through. So we were gonna take that, but that would have cost us just as much of what this cost to rent, and wouldn't have had the creature comforts and amenities. So if you guys watched the recent junkyard video, you saw we also picked up a few transmissions. Big shout out to Patrick again. If you're watching, much love, man. I really appreciated that. Just meeting you and getting to drive the manual swap SLK 55, and of course picking up your no longer needed parts so they can go towards use on future projects. So we got the 722.6. I'm gonna scoot the van up here in a second and throw that in the garage since these are pretty heavy, and we'll take care of that. But also got a dual mass flywheel, got other parts for the CLK that we're gonna throw on. So I figured I'm gonna throw this on probably right now. Might as well start a video. We'll make this kind of a I'm home update and get caught up to speed with all the builds. So let's get into it. All right, you guys, who else just noticed the fact that this is not a 722.6? I was thinking in my head, you know, I was like just excited that Patrick is willing to give these to me, and in my head I just kind of recognize like the stripe lines is different than 722.6, but I didn't think too much of it. And then as we were driving home, I was like, wait, was that a 722.9? And sure enough, this is a 722.9. This is a 7-speed. You can see right there, dead giveaway, the plug in a different location. These have basically all the internals, or I guess brains, computer inside of the valve body. And this body's different. This is the same, actually, the front bell housing, same design. Flange, I don't know if it's different or not. Probably the same, but this mounting is a little bit different, I think. And I knew again off the shifter, because I'm pretty sure the shifter is in a different spot on the 722.6. Also the lines and all that. So interesting. What the heck are we gonna do with the 7-speed? I don't know, but I have the M113K that I am planning on doing kind of a street build in either a wagon or a truck, and I want it to be automatic so that my wife can drive it. So that's why I told Patrick, yeah, I would take this thing off his hands since he didn't want it or need it, and it's probably what it's going to get saved for. So we'll see, but that's definitely a plot twist right there. All right, guys, we'll start with the CLK parts in a second, but got this sitting in the garage, 722.9, and there's the shell. This is a 716.664, which is a good one. One of the strongest ones, NSG 370 basically. And here are the internals for it, which I don't think I showed you guys in the junkyard video, but this was basically taken apart. Long story short, when Patrick did the manual swap on his SLK 55, he had a strange noise going on, couldn't figure it out, and ended up trying 3 different manual transmissions, this being the first one, I believe. And still, by the last one, he had ordered a brand new Mopar transmission from Chrysler, you know, one of the last ones for Crossfire, new in the box. So he put that in, the noise was still there. That's when he reached out to me and was asking me for help on what I thought the noise could be. The noise from the video he sent did not sound like the transmission to me, and I told him, if you've been through this 3 times now with the same scenario, I would look at the drive shaft. It sounds like that's what it is in the video. It's always hard to tell, it's a video you're hearing, but I told him the center carry bearing or the U-joint or something in the drive shaft sounds like it could be worn out. And that's what it ended up being. So lucky guess by me, but just kind of from experience, I guess, knowing the drive shafts and knowing the kind of noises that sounds like, that was my best guess. So ended up being right, and he got it taken care of, and now the car rips, which you guys didn't see. I didn't record a video with him. He didn't really want me to record a video, so respect to him. You know, it's not something I need to do with everyone, so I got to drive it. He drove me around, and yeah, anyways, it's sorted, but this got taken apart by him when he was trying to figure out what could be going on. He's a mechanical engineer by trade, and I think he was just curious if he could find a smoking gun inside of the actual transmission, since he had already ordered, you know, a second and third one later on. So he took it apart, and I believe he took the shift mechanism off of this one so that he could run the updated style reverse left up style shifter on the Crossfire transmission, and then kept the older style Crossfire left down shift mechanism in here. So got a bunch of stuff. There's only a few little pieces missing that I'll have to track down, but for the most part, it'll be a cool little project. It's a pretty fresh transmission, and I just need to learn how to put it back together. You guys know, if you've been watching for a long time, I also have this gearbox. I can't remember the numbers off it right now, but it's out of a C240, and that one I basically got for free, also out of the Bay Area, long time ago, off of somebody from the forums. And I've wanted to kind of take it apart to learn just about the 716 internally and see, you know, what could possibly be like upgraded, or just what they look like inside. How strong do they look? Because we know from driving this thing for 4 years almost and absolutely ripping on it, it's held up just fine. So I'm really curious what the gear sets look like inside, what the materials look like, and just how strong everything appears. And you know, of course, if you see something that could be upgraded while you're in there, then we'll play around with that. But my plan is figure out how to put this one back together and either save it for the C43 or learn how to put it back together, do the same with that just to verify that it's in good condition, and throw that one in the C43. I could also just send it and say, yeah, I'll just throw that in the C43, but we'll see. The other part to update you guys about, if you didn't watch the video with Abdallah's 5-speed manual wagon while I was in the Bay Area, is we are going to now, I've decided, officially going to do the 5-speed swap on the C36. I'm going to turn the lights on real quick. C36, I was back and forth about should I do the 5-speed swap, because there's a chance that I wanted to turbo it down the line, and I know that the 5-speed swap just does not handle as much power as a 6-speed. So I was back and forth about it, but I think I've decided I'm going to keep it NA. I'm going to 5-speed swap it. I'm going to use the whole custom kit that I have. I'll show you guys that in this video, actually, because I'm curious to look through everything again, since it's been a while. But we're going to do that. I'm going to maybe down the line try to do like an ITB setup instead on the M104. Boost would be great, but the reality is the 3.6 liter is not the best to boost, just because the walls are so thin. They really kind of milled that thing out as far as they could, starting out from, like, I think there's all the way down to 2.8 liter M104s, I'm not sure. But 3.2s have really, you know, pretty decent thickness on the walls. Once you get up to those 3.6s, they're quite thin, and if I put a proper head gasket on it and head studs and all that stuff, it could probably work, and it would flow great, because the head on that thing flows fantastic. But it's probably a safer bet, if I want to experiment with a boosted M104, would be to go grab a random, you know, 3.2 liter and build that, and then throw it into something, because that motor is kind of becoming irreplaceable, the 3.6 liter. So I'll be better off leaving it as is and just enjoying a manual with it. And with the way Abdallah's wagon drove a 3.2 liter in a wagon with a 5-speed, I think the C36 will absolutely rip with the same 5-speed. Actually, the better 5-speed, the Getrag dog box out of the Kazis, 717.404, I believe. So I think it will actually rip with that transmission and that car. So we'll see, to be continued. But right now, let's go ahead and throw our carpets and things in the CLK, since I got the keys and all the parts are sitting right there. Alright guys, look at that. I finally have complete trunk carpet. I don't put all the little tabs and everything in. I don't care enough to do that. They stay put just fine. But yeah, that looks great. Looks like a complete trunk. Hey, next thing, I got this. So let's go ahead, grab that real quick. Alright guys, well, you ever spend an hour of your time doing something completely random? That's what I just did. Unfortunately, while I was gone, seems the ants wanted to take my place driving the CLK, and there was just a bunch of ants all throughout the side sill here, on the window back here, etc. There's just a trail of them. I think they were getting in the car through the water drain on this side, so I used a little bit of a home defense and basically just sprayed a line, and I've been vacuuming them up for a long time. I just got the under panel. You guys can't even see it, but got the under panel plugged in that we pulled off at the junkyard. I'm gonna go ahead and put our side cover there, and then our side sill, and then I'm gonna get this thing washed off here in the next day, because I don't know why the ants, like you can see, the ants are just hanging out on top of it. Don't know why. Not very typical ant behavior. Why would you want to go on just a metal car? I don't have any food in the car. It's weird, but yeah, we got to get them off. All right guys, it is the next day. The van is officially back at the rental center, returned, and this thing is now complete with all of our pieces. Got our trunk liner in, and we've got our completed interior with our side sill and our under tray with the speaker. Also our little side piece over here. It's amazing. It never really bothered me before, but now it feels so much better having all the pieces finally back. So I need to get this thing cleaned up. I need to take the cars all for a drive since they've all been sitting. And I'm just trying to kind of track down things that I know I need to do and make a list. I already have this thing listed up on Facebook Marketplace because I just don't know the reality of using a 7-speed on any projects I have planned. This thing will definitely get some focus in the next few weeks, trying to get it put back together. Hopefully it's not too difficult. From what I know, manuals in general are a lot easier to place back together or, you know, pull apart, take apart, etc. than automatics. And I do know a few people that have done some work on pulling those apart, so I think I should have some help where I need, possibly, along with factory documents, etc. So this thing needs to get my attention this week. I gotta get the engine bay ready to go because this thing is pretty much ready to go. So we gotta get moving on that, and I only got so much time left of summer. My birthday's coming up, my son's birthday's coming up, my wife's birthday just passed. So we've had a busy few weeks, and we're gonna have a busy few weeks to end August. And as soon as August is over, the school year starts and my schedule gets that much more busy. So we got to try to get moving on this. It would be awesome to have it fired up by the time summer's over. I don't know if that's realistic, but it's going to be, you know, a goal just to try to get there, see if we can, and see if we can fire this thing up in the 190E for the first time. Other quick little project I'm doing. Took the tow hook cover and painted it yesterday, so now I'm adding clear to it today. Ah, dang it, just got some dirt specks in there. I'll let it dry and I'll try to get those off, but yeah, it doesn't need to be perfect, just passable to the 10-foot eye. Alright you guys, Operation Pizza Savior is going to be involved in this video. I was in the middle of making a pizza, a newfound hobby of mine, and we don't have enough cheese, so give a chance to take this thing out. Go to the store, grab a brick of mozzarella, take you guys along. Alright guys, Operation Cheese is a success. Store's close to my house, so didn't drive with you guys yet, but do a little pull on the way back, show you guys how this thing is doing. It's been running great since we put the EV14 550s in it. I think it really needed them, and the car seems a lot more happy just a lot more responsive kind of overall the rev range, and AFRs are looking a little prettier along with the long-term fuel trim. So let's go ahead, head back, and do a quick pull. I don't have much room, guys. Let's see what I can do here. Punch it. Sounds probably second, third right there. I'm not sure. But just a quick step down rip. I'm working one-handed right now, so can't shift it. But yeah, this thing gets up and goes. Intake temperatures stay pretty okay right now. It's 72 outside. Intakes went up to around 90, early 90s right there, and they drop down pretty quickly. We'll see how quick they go back down to ambient temp. This thing's also a little laggy, the ultra gauge, so give it a second. You can see it dropping there. So, not bad. Probably do need to do some cooling mods on this thing to add to kind of where we're at with power, but it works okay as is. Right, you guys, the last piece of our junkyard excursion in the Bay Area is complete. Got our tow hook cover. It's not a perfect match by any means, but hey, at least we got a cover, and when this thing's washed and cleaned up, can't really notice a difference, so I'm cool with it. I'd rather have a cover that's a little bit mismatched than no cover at all. So this thing dries fantastic right now. Just needs to be cleaned up, and I would love, before summer's over, actually maybe a little while after summer's over, maybe like September, October, if I can make it out to Bremerton Raceway, basically have like an old airstrip turned into a drag strip. This thing would be awesome to take over there. It'd be a great day to just cruise it, make a couple passes, see how it does. Just be able to take it up to very high speed without having to worry about, of course, doing it on the street, which is, you know, jail time if I got caught at the speeds you could do at the drag strip. So yeah, that's on my list for kind of before winter time hits. That's it. Before I let you guys go, I got two more things I wanted to update you guys on, and one of them you're going to want to stick around for because it's something for you. First one is not for you guys, but it could be yours if you wanted to get something like this. This is actually a MAF inlet elbow that Rob from Needs Wings put together for me, kind of with my specs and dimensions that I sent over to him. And this is a service that can be provided to you guys too if you're interested. If you have some type of custom air intake setup, or you just want to make something like this to replace the stock elbow for the MAF or elbow for the inlet, whatever you want to do, Rob can make you the custom one just like this, and basically uses, you can tell, like a little spacer right there to get the correct depth for the sensor itself. And this is something we're going to be running on the C55 because as of right now, it has pretty shallow clearance after we did the intake spacers. So here's our current setup, and you can see our spacers we ran on there. I have a video on these, so if you're interested, go check it out. But right now, I got the inlet to kind of sit as low as I can right now, but it just kind of clears the hood. So you can see my MAF is sitting right about there, and the elbow that I have is underneath that. What that is going to allow us to do is basically move everything down just a tiny bit. So this piece will basically allow everything to sit a little bit lower, and I'll be able to make that connector that's sitting on the MAF elbow right now basically hook straight onto here. So it'll just hopefully give us a little more room. I only need maybe like 1/4 of an inch more, and it'll be totally out of the way of the hood. So somebody's coming to join us. What's up? So yeah, that, and then the last thing we need to do is I got a giveaway I got to show you guys. Should we give them a giveaway?
What?
Not this. Something else. Should we show them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm touching the paint.
I don't know. All right, guys, we're tucked against the parts wall, and this is what I wanted to show you guys. We have 3 different options here from 63 Motorsports.
Can I see?
Here, you want to see them? Here, don't drop it, okay?
Wow.
Yeah, so we have this, the teal, we have a kind of bright purple, and then we have a dark blue.
I see bright purple.
Yeah, I'll put this one back up there. So what 63 Motorsports basically did for you guys is they sent these out. They want you guys to vote on which one you want me to run on my car, and then you can basically get the one that's left behind or a couple that are left behind. So I'm gonna place a vote on my community page, so those that are watching right now, be on the lookout for that. And when you see that community vote, you can basically, you can do it strategically, I guess. You can vote for the one that you like the most and want me to run on my car, or you could vote for the one that you like the least. That way it's left over, or the one you do like is left over for you to get as a giveaway. How we'll do the giveaway is basically, I'll announce at a later time. Maybe I'll put the instructions in that post, how it can be done. So maybe like typical stuff, you know, like, be subscribed, and comment what car you're gonna put it on or something. So I'll make the instructions in the community post, but that is what is up for grabs. These are all super nice quality stuff. This one is their original style, which is a little bit taller. Should work on any NA motors. Go ahead, you gotta go around the other side though. This guy wants to drive. It's okay, you can still get in. Go for it. All right, so this is their older style, and these are the two newer ones. You can tell just the thread depth's a little bit smaller, the originals, but shouldn't really affect much. They'll still be sitting in the same spots. So either color, whatever you guys like or don't like, I guess, pick out your strategy and try to vote for what car you want me to put this on and which color. So this is the one I currently have on the C55. That's the dark blue, same one that's sitting over there. So that's one option right there, how it looks. We don't have one yet on the CLK, and you'll have to pick out what color you think will look the coolest. We could run it on the CLK, the C43, the C55, or the ML55. So it's up to you guys. You guys pick. Hopefully there's a nice little surprise at the end of the video. It's probably labeled it that there's a giveaway hidden inside. So that's what it is. That's it though. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys on Monday. Peace.